One of the things that I find very annoying with WordPress is the inability to go in and manage all your pages, because as you create your pages in WordPress, you just get a long list of pages on your backend of your website, and it's very difficult to manage them. So in this video, I'm going to be going through tools that can help you manage all of this coming up. Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to manage all your pages in WordPress. But before we get started, I'd like to remind you that if you want to build professional looking websites, I have a course called Web Design Formula, and this course teaches you how to design amazing looking websites with Divi. All you have to do to get this course is to buy Divi using my affiliate link, and once you've bought it, just send me a message on funnelstoincome.com. On the bottom right, there's a chat bubble. You click on that and send me your invoice number or your receipt number, and I'll be able to give you access to the course. All right, so let's dive in. Let me show you what I mean by this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to dive in here and take a look at our WordPress admin dashboard, and we're just going to go straight to our pages. So over here, as you can see, I have a list of pages on my website. And what really annoys me here is when I'm looking for my pages, I have to scroll through all of this. And if I have more pages, there'll be a pagination here where I have to click and go to more and more pages. Now, I was doing a bit of research and I came through a plugin that helps you manage all these pages. Now, let's go ahead and find this plugin, install it, and show you how to use it. All right, so I'm going to come over here to plugins and then click on add new. Next, I'm going to come to the top right and search for folders. Right, so this is the plugin that we're looking for. So I'm going to click here on install now. And we can see here it has been installed on 10,000 websites, and the review is pretty much very good. It's 5-star. So this is fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead now and click on activate. All right, so once this is activated now, what you'll find is you're going to see an entry here on the left panel, which says folders. So this is what we're going to focus on. Now over here on the top, if you want to get updates in real time and all of that, you can just say I want, and then you can subscribe for an email notification. But in my case, I'm just going to hit skip because I don't really need that. All right, so now you also get how to use this plugin. Again, I'm going to close that. Right, so here's the thing. So over here we have your folder settings. So you can decide what you need to add in folders, and this is where the power of this plugin comes in. So you can see here we have coupons, we have orders, we have lessons, we have topics. You know, there's a lot here that we can add into folders. So this is brilliant. So what I'm going to do in this example is I'm just going to show you how to do the pages, putting pages into folders. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to come over here. So I'm just going to activate pages and media. Now, media is another one that gives me a headache because when I add all my images to my media library, they're just pretty much everywhere. So these are the two that I'm going to focus on, my pages and my media. All right, so let's come over now here to all pages. Now you notice what happens now. When I come over here to all pages, we have this extra panel that has been added here. So I can actually go in and delete and add more items. And by the way, before I continue here, this plugin allows you to have 10 folders. And if you want to have more than 10 folders, this is where you upgrade. But these 10 folders can be pretty much across, all your website. All right, so let's start by creating a brand new folder. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm just going to call this WooCommerce. Right, this is just a quick example, but of course you can create your folders according to whatever structure that you have on your website. So I'm going to click submit. So now I have this new folder here called WooCommerce. So what I'm going to do now is to just drag and drop all the pages that relate to WooCommerce into this folder. So here we go. So I'm going to come to this one here, drag and drop. Checkout page. Yep, I'm going to drag and drop. And you can see here the counter is increasing. Now we have 2 in there. So let's see if we have another one. I think login can qualify to go in there as well. So let's get login in here. Okay, great. Let's just take a quick look again. All right, so pretty much those are the 3 pages that I need to have in here. So you may be thinking, well, what's the big deal? Well, the big deal is, let's say I'm looking for WooCommerce specific pages that I need to work on. When I in fact, let's get out of this and then come back into it. So let's say I'm starting off here on my dashboard and I need to go in and make some customizations or additions to my WooCommerce pages. So I'll just come over here, click on all pages. I can see my panel over here. So because I've created a WooCommerce folder here, I can just go in here and straight away, these are the pages that show, and it makes it much, much easier for me to go in and choose which page I need to work on. So this is why the folders are really, really, really powerful. So as I mentioned, you can choose these folders and pretty much customize them into whatever way you want to do it. All right, so let's do another example. So I'm going to come over here, click on new folder. So this folder here, we're just going to call it tutorials. Because what I do sometimes when I create my tutorials, I go in and create specific tutorials for Divi, and I normally have these pages on my website. So I want to have them in their own folder. Now, there's also something that I just done here, which I didn't even realize. Let's say you want to have this as a sub folder of WooCommerce. You notice that we have WooCommerce here as our main one, but we can also have this tutorials one as a sub folder. But if you want to get it out of there, you can just drag it out of there and have it on its own, just like that. And also, if you want to rearrange these, you can just rearrange that. Now WooCommerce is on the top, tutorials here is on the bottom. So now I can just go in now to my pages and then choose the pages that I need to drag in there. So I'm just going to come over here to all published. And then this Nitix Basics, I can just drag this into tutorials, for example. Maybe let's do the landing page as well. I'm going to drag this over here like that. And cooking course, yeah, let's do that as well. There we go. So as you can see, it's very easy, drag and drop. I can just drag and drop all my pages into the right places. So let's say you want to delete your folders. Well, no problem. All you have to do is to come over here, hover over this area, click on this pencil icon, and you can just delete it. You can add a star and so on. So you can also make it a sticky folder, but this is a pro feature. You can also rename it if you want to rename it to whatever name you want. But of course, these are the main items you can do when you hover over this folder. All right, so now that we've gone through this, there's a question you may be asking. What happens to my permalink once I drag all my pages into these folders? Well, nothing really. I mean, it just inherits your permalinks, so they are pretty much all the same. So if I come over here and click on edit, you're going to notice that the link to our permalink is pretty much the same. So if I click here, you can see that nothing has changed. It hasn't taken the folder's name, which is really, really good. Now let's do the other example, which is the images. So as I mentioned before, the images also cause a problem. So I'm going to go straight here to the library, and over here in the library, you can see, first of all, I don't even have any structure to this. These are just all my images, and normally we see them like this. So what I'm going to do now is just like what I did before, add a new folder. So I'm going to come over here and give this folder a name. I'm just going to call this testimonials. Right, so this is where I'm going to have all my images for testimonials. So again, all I have to do is to drag and drop. Drag and drop. Drag and drop. So you may want to have this perhaps maybe in a list form, which is slightly much better and more control. So let's do it this way. Drag and drop. Let's go with this one here. In fact, you know what? Having this in the list view is much better. Right, there we go. Drag and drop. Let's see, do we have any more? And pretty much that's all we have. I'm not sure if I drag this one here. Let's do it one more time. All right, so I have all my images now in place. So if I need to use specific images, again, I can just come over here to my testimonial folder, and there we go. I have all the images in my testimonial folder. Now, again, same thing. If I go to these images, if I click on edit, the permalink still stays the same. It doesn't have any effect on your permalinks. And now over here, you can see if I go directly to that link, it's just going to give me my image. So this plugin here is fantastic because it just gives you much better flexibility, and it just makes sure your website items are all in the right place, easier to find and less headache. So I just thought I would share this tutorial with you and just show you how you can use this in your design workflows. Now, before I go, I'd like to remind you that if you buy Divi using my affiliate link, I will give you access to my web design formula course, a course that teaches you how to design professional looking websites with Divi. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell notification. By doing so, you're going to be notified when I release new tutorials. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.